Good morning, good morning, good morning. You know where you at. Big Ryan today after the Texans season 6, y'all. Y'all know how we do it. Let me tell y'all something. I want to be extremely clear here. I'm playing the song, but I don't want to play the song. I'm going to tell you why. But I'll get to that in a minute, y'all. Let me get my little old glasses out. Let me start this off like we're supposed to. And Big Ryan today after the Texans is brought to you always by the Brunch Bus. You want on the yacht, but you don't know who to trust? You should find Houston's first mobile brunch bus. From catering to private dinners, from breakfast to lunch, the Brunch Bus delivers. So if it's good food you trust, well, it's still the Brunch Bus. Good morning, y'all. I'm going to get off into it, and it's going to be treacherous at times, and at times it's going to be okay. 0-3. Let's start right there. We started off last week and we made situations and seen, situations where 0-2 was overcomable. We've done it before. And 0-3, there have been a couple of teams to make the playoffs at 0-3. None of the 0-3 teams has ever been to the Super Bowl. Not only never won it, they never even been there. Okay? So let's keep that in mind. But the last team to make the playoffs that started 0-3 in this century, the Houston Texans. So there's still a glimmer of hope at the end of the tunnel. A couple of things that real football fans are going to understand. Indianapolis Colts are 3-0. And if I'm not mistaken, they played a division game like we have. They beat Tennessee. So we really needed to win yesterday because you're already down 3 games behind them in the loss column, and then you got to play them in the division. They looking like, I think in 3 games they haven't even punted the ball. So this is what we're up against. Our backs are against the wall. Sure, the 81 Jets, the 92 Chargers, the 95 Lions, the 98 Bills, 2018 Texans, all have overcome 0-3 starts to make the playoffs. Well, that's pretty good. But if I recall correctly, our ambitions this year wasn't just to make the playoffs. We're supposed to improve so much more on what we did last year, offensively and defensively. And as far as the offense goes, I think we're the only team left in the NFL that doesn't have a red zone touchdown. We're the only one. So the offense hasn't improved much. And to be more specific about that, with the offense, 2023, CJ's rookie year, we passed for 245 yards a game. Last year, that was down to 207 yards a game. This year is 166. We're struggling. Red zone scoring, 90% in 23, 80% last year, 66.7. Sacks allowed, 2.803. 3.2 last year, 3.0 this year. Come on, man. We're not doing very well. We've only had 11 possessions inside the other opportunity in the other opponent's territory. 3 red zone drives this season, which is last in the NFL. And again, I say we're the only team that hasn't scored a red zone touchdown. So there's not much improvement that I see on the offense for a team that, and for a fan base, some too, who wanted to get rid of Bobby Slovic so bad. I thought Slovic deserved a 3rd year in the system to see what it would look like and not changing too much for CJ. So if you listen to all the reports in the offseason, sure, CJ is going to have more responsibility. He's able to do this. He's able to change plays. And I don't know if he's ready for all that. I think he's still trying to decide. I don't see him get through two progressions. And I think at times he's running reluctantly. There was a time yesterday on 3rd and 9. I thought if he took off from the beginning, running like he was serious, it'd have been 4th and 1 if not a first down. He didn't try to run like it was serious till it was late, and I think he got 6 yards on 3rd and 9 or something like that. So, and it's not just the protection, and it's not just getting the ball out fast. Your defense is not getting no separation. Your offense, your wide receivers not getting any separation. Let's be truthful here, and if they are, on the times that they are, CJ is miscuing with the passes. So there has to be a middle ground to meet in. I seen some fire lit up under D'Amico yesterday, My brother and them said that he was going off on the coordinator, and I thought he was a little upset about the offense, but I'm not sure whether he was going off on the ref or his coordinator. Not sure about that yet. I was just glad to see some fire into him finally. And I'm sure he has it in the locker room. He's not a rah-rah guy on the sideline unless he's celebrating with his players. He's not going to show them up or nothing like that. But more of that is needed, man. More of that is needed. Through the first 2 weeks, man, we the worst third down team in the whole league. Yeah. And CJ yesterday looked unsure, at times. Especially on that second drive yesterday. You know what I'm saying? He looked unsure to me, like he didn't know what he really wanted to do. And then there were other times where he would drop his feet down and he would make some great passes. First thing out of everybody's mouth is going to be the offensive line. The offensive line still needs some work to do, but I think they'll very much improve and give them a little time. They're going to get better. The problem comes in when you have a back that's helping them, because usually what's happening is you got 7 rushers, but there's only 5 linemen. So you keep in the back sometime to help, and that means you're going to let somebody run free from the outside, but you got to get the ball out there. And if you max protect, yesterday that was a time where 3 linemen was blocking 1 guy on the end, and I don't know if Stroud has a problem running into trouble too, because the three offensive linemen are pushing the defender outside. Stroud's supposed to cut inside. He ran outside, but I don't like 3 defenders can't block 1 dude. You have a problem with that, y'all. So there's a lot of work to be done, but not a lot of panic to be done. But I'm not going to get on here and lie and say, hey, man, we going to be all right. We in a hole. It's going to be a struggle just to get back to 500 when you're 0-3. When you're 0-3, it's going to be a struggle just to get back to 500. So we in a hole. And far as CJ goes, as far as the GM goes, and as far as the coach goes for that matter, the gloves have to come out right. They have to come off right now. This is getting redundant, y'all. We can't keep shooting ourselves in the foot, repeating the same dumb mistakes. When you make a deep play or a good play, you got to back up because you shot yourself in the foot. That has to stop. You can't be a good football team with all these penalties. And you have a lack of execution on your offense. And I'm going to tell you something. The defense is good. The defense is allowing 17 points a game. That should be enough for our offense to win. Our offense should be able to put something together and win a game if your defense only getting up 17 points. Here's the thing. Not only are you wearing the defense down physically because you're not keeping the ball and doing nothing with it per se, not sustained in drives, not moving the ball down the field with anything to show for it. You're not only going to wear them down physically, but during the season, as the season goes on, they're not going to feel like they need to go out there and give their all when we're not going to get nothing from our offense. Or we're going to have to become the offense and the defense. That can wear on the defense too. So it's not just physical, it's mentally too. The offense needs improvement in the worst way. And it's not all just the O-line. Execution, play calling. I kept saying, why y'all want to get rid of Bobby slowly? Y'all went back to the playoffs. You won the playoff game. People act like in the second year that we missed the playoffs. CJ threw 20 interceptions, and we just looked at horrible. We won the division. We won the playoff game. Why y'all get rid of Bobby? And then I'm in a few groups on Facebook where they would say, oh, it looked like little league plays. Well, I say again, most all of them run the same plays. They just have different verbiage about how they call them. And sometimes the execution of them, but most of them the same plays. This offense is pathetic, man. We get the ball on our own 35. Too many 3-and-outs. That's another thing. We got to stop the 3-and-outs. I think we up to yesterday, I think we had 7 3-and-outs in the Jaguar game. Come on, y'all. And 3-and-out, 7 yards and a punt. We start on our 48. We get 7 plays out of that. 19 yards, we miss a field goal. We get it on our own 23 plays, minus 4 yards punt. We're not doing anything. Anything. In the first quarter, they ran 15 plays out of 13 plays. They had 60 total yards. We only had 27. That's because they had 56 passing, 4 rushing. We had 29 rushing and minus 2 passing. Come on, y'all. I don't see nothing that jumps off the paper at me and say, we got a chance of coming back. It's going to be a struggle from 0-3. Just to get back to 500 is a hustle in itself when you're 0-3. This is a hole that you dug yourself into, and what you're going to do to come out of it, I really don't know. And we're putting so much pressure on the defense. And like I said, the defense is only allowing 17 points a game. You know, this defense was much better against the run because ETN came in averaging over 7 yards a carry. And up until the fourth quarter, he was 1.9. I think by the fourth quarter, he was 2.4 for the average. So we were much better against the run. This defense gives you a shot. We did get our first interception of the season. Being a tough defense, it took us 3 games to get 1 interception. Boy, we dropped 2 or 3 of them. I get that, but that's everybody's dropped 2 or 3 of them. Tampa Bay dropped one that would have killed us last week before we even got started from Stroud. So we got to do better there too. But you're putting so much on your defense, and you're putting a lot on your outside blitzers from the end, Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. That's fine. But the coverage is going to have to be stickier, and y'all have to give them a couple of more minutes because most quarterbacks, like you seen Lawrence stepping up in the pocket, they come in wide. The tackles are trying to push him wide as they can, and he's stepping up, and there's not much pressure up the middle as well. So that's why we're not getting as many sacks neither as we need. But we're putting too much emphasis on the defense and pressure on them when all the emphasis right now needs to go to this stale offense that I don't see doing anything. I'm not sure this offense can beat anybody the way they're executing it. When you run plays to execution perfection, you can see it. It looks different. It shows. When you're not doing anything, the execution's poor. Linemen stepping on your feet as you're throwing the ball. You misreading and not going to the short receiver, trying to go to the long receiver, hanging the ball up. I think CJ has an interception in every game so far this year. That's not going to get it, y'all. It's not going to get it. Not going to get it. And I'm pretty sure we haven't scored 20 points in 3 games this year. You know what I mean? And my brother Dion brought up a point yesterday. It made a lot of sense. You never see CJ over there talking to the offensive coordinator. I see him talk to the quarterback coach, stuff like that. But most teams have the coordinator, they have a few words. If not, they don't have to sit there and mingle because he may send one of the play callers or a position coach over there to show him on the pad what he missed. But you don't see them talk at all. No communication. There's no, I seen this, I seen that, a pat on the head. There's nothing. So I hadn't really noticed that, Dion. Good looking out, And that may be a factor that needs to be discussed because if there's no cohesiveness with your quarterback and your play caller, well then that tells me there's a lot missing going on here. You understand me? A lot. Good morning to everybody that's chiming in. Tyra, I see you. Lucius. Like that was Kimberly. How y'all doing this morning? Yeah, it's rough out there, but Tara, we're not going to pay attention to Lucius. He's a 49 fan, so he may say anything, so we're not going to listen to him, okay? But for you Texan fans, like I say, I'm not going to get on here and lie and say we're not in trouble. 0-3 is a struggle to get back. Just to get to 3-3 is going to be tough. You got to hope you don't lose another game just to get back to 3-3. And our schedule is treacherous this year because we won the division last year. So we still got to play the 49ers. We still got to play Seattle. We've already played Tampa. We still got to play Baltimore. We still got to play KC. We still got to play Buffalo. And we got a hell of a schedule. And that's not even mentioning the division games, which we've already lost one starting yesterday. Well, we still got to play the Colts, who look like a well-oiled machine. They look like they rolling, like they may win the division. I've never seen a team go 3 games without punting the ball. No turnovers, no punts. Dangerous team. So our schedule is the back end of it is loaded. We should have taken advantage of a couple of these. And every time you can get on here and say, oh, we should have won that game. Oh, we should have won. We could have. Whenever you should have, could have, would have, that means you lost. Yeah, 3 games was there for the having. But guess what? There's 3 games that you lost. You feel me? Yeah. Yeah, we was. Yeah, I know, Lou. I didn't need no reminder of that. I hope y'all still banged up while we even have a chance or something, because something gonna change. I don't see this going all season like this. I don't know if somebody's head has to roll, but there's going to be something changed. And then, like I say, the gloves need to come off. It's time for everybody to be truthful about CJ as well. Because even when they've given him time, and he has time to throw and he isn't making the proper throws, that's on him. But again, I'm going to give him a little leeway because those receivers, other than Nico Collins, and then when they doubling him, who getting separation? Everybody gets separation on us, and we got a cold defense. So when do we get separation? So that has to happen as well too. It's everything has to work cohesively. Because if they get in separation and you're not blocking for CJ, it won't matter. You see what I'm saying? So everything has to work together. Like the defense, the front line has to work together. Those linebackers got to stop missing tackles. Tutu, Al Shearer, you guys hit people and wrap up. They teach you that in Little League, man. I know going to the King Center, Nick and them taught us how to hit and wrap up. You didn't hit. When you hit somebody like that and didn't wrap up, you just have to run. So they need to get back to something like that. You know what I mean? But we're going to be fine, you know. Yeah, it's early. We know that. But you know football, Lou. Don't give my people no false hope. You know football. 0-3 is one hell of a hole. Yeah, I know the only team this century to come from 0-3 is the Texans. Back in 18, make the playoffs. But like I said, we had bigger aspirations. No team has ever come from 0-3 and even made the Super Bowl, much less won it. So yeah, it's early, but you don't want to put yourself in the hole early. And don't get me wrong, I understand. I like teams playing their best football after Thanksgiving, coming down the stretch and all that. But I like you to do that with some games in your pocket from early in the season. You know what I mean? I don't want you to be like Cincinnati struggling to win a few games at the end and you still don't get in. You know, we got to play better, and we got teams that's going to make us play better. Excuse me. And let us not believe because you're going home and Tennessee coming here that you got an easy win. Please don't have your sleepers on for that because it's another division game. And one thing about a division game, those teams know each other, most times don't like each other. They play each other 2 times a year, every year. So they know each other well. So those are always good contested games. I'm not surprised about the close game yesterday. I'm just surprised about the results. You understand what I'm saying? So I think D'Amico needs to get out there and practice this week. He needs to be more vocal. D'Amico, let me come out there for a minute and just let me be real with him. Because, see, y'all talk, you know, professionally, man, you know, we need you to do this. Say, man, I'm going to sit out there and tell y'all, say, man, you niggas ain't blocking. You cats need to step up and play like men. You big old boys, man, out here 300-something pounds and can't block nobody. Man, come on. You receivers, y'all need to start putting moves on, getting open. CJ, you need to start putting the ball back on the money instead of overthrowing, underthrowing, and all that. You need to get back to being CJ. And sometimes you got to have them conversations, man. And if you got to have that conversation with them and hurt them, guess what? Let it hurt them. Because I need them to show up. Because 0-3 is a terrible, terrible place to be sitting. And the one thing I never want to go back to is the days like 2018, 19, 20, when we had in 2021 and 22, when we got to get on here and talk about all these losses we could have won, you know, under Bill O'Brien his last year. When he got fired, Romeo took over. Then you bring in Cutler, and wasn't nothing going on. Then you bring in Lovey. You mad because Lovey win the last game and still your number 1 pick, so you fire him. And that's how we end up with D'Amico. Not mad about D'Amico, but that was wrong on Lovey, the way they did Lovey. But anyway, so those are a few things that need to be done, you know. And CJ throwing interception in 3 straight games. Well, it don't surprise me. Yesterday, the Jags lead the whole league in interceptions right now. The one they got yesterday gave them 6. So nobody has more than them. And they was the best ground game coming in. And so the defense stepped up somewhat. Only gave up, what they gave up? 17 points. We had chances. When you have chances, you got to take advantage of them. Too many penalties going to bite you in the foot every time. Too many. And the rookie going to be all right. He had a few penalties. I didn't like the one against Howard. I thought it was fake. I thought Howard just pancaked the guy. They called that. I didn't like that call at all. I don't think none of the calls were bad against the rookie. I think he was holding both times they called it. I think he jumped off sides a couple times. But those are growing pains for a young cat that looks like a man child, you know. So like I say, y'all, Texan fans, we gonna keep our head up. We not dumping in the party or nothing and leaving and saying, hey, it's over. We just acknowledging that it's gonna be a tough road. That's all we doing. We're not saying it's over and we're not quitting on them, but we are acknowledging that we're not playing well, and if we continue to play like this, there will be no improvement at all. If we continue to play the way we playing, there will be no improvement in what you see on that field. The product that we're putting on the field has to be better. And until that happens, zeros are going to keep popping up. I'm going to have to keep coming on here in the morning. Instead of throwing you 3 fingers, I'm showing you the 0 because we didn't have another loss. Come on, y'all. We got to do better than that. So, me and all Texan fans, not the 49er fans, not the Cowgirls, none of that, me and all my Texan fans, we are banding together starting this Monday morning. And we are demanding that the Texans step their offense up. We're demanding that D'Amico Ryans step up, be more vocal, and get something out this offense. This is me and all the Texan fans to D'Amico Ryans and the Houston Texans. We are demanding that you guys give us a better product out there on that field. And considering how high y'all went up on these tickets, you ought to be doing something out there. So let's see something at home against Tennessee next week. You know what I mean? So again, y'all, the 0-3 hole, not insurmountable, but a hole nonetheless, okay? So all I say again, y'all, keep your head up. That's right, Tar. We ain't no quitting us. We're going to let the other teams quit, okay? Y'all got that? So I'm going to move around a little bit on y'all this morning. And again, it's been Big Ryan today after the Texans, y'all. And it's brought to you by the Brunch Bus as always. You want to eat out, but you don't know the trust? You should find Houston First Mobile Brunch Bus. From catering to private dinners, from breakfast to lunch, the Brunch Bus delivers. So if it's good food you trust, Lucius, tell them it's still the Brunch Bus. Look here, man, y'all have a good week. We're going to hope to look better next week at 12 o'clock. That's all we can do. We can't hold no grudges or nothing. We just got to hope to improve, because if we don't improve, we'll have this conversation over and over again, y'all. Oh, on another note, you can also, if you miss it here and you want to go watch it, you know, without too much interruption or whatever, you can go to my YouTube channel. I've started uploading them starting this year, and you can go to Mr. Sugar Ray. Go to that YouTube channel. You should see the picture of my grandson Mason, and go in there and you'll be able to find these episodes. Okay? This one will be uploaded on there sometime during the day. Everybody be good, man. We gonna keep our head up. We gonna keep going. All right? Start me up. Let's go. Let's go, Texans. We ain't over with. Y'all be good now.